Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are back for another episode of Fly Talk, and you know what it is. It's your host, Mr. As A1, Aaron Snyder. I'm here with Young Billz, Billy Trice. What's going on?
What's up, man? How are you?
Good, man. Good. Look, man, we're coming off the bye week. It's Dallas week. I'm pumped up, man. I can't believe it, man. We have a great opportunity ahead of us. Man, oh man, what you thinking, man?
It's of course, it's an exciting week as all Dallas weeks are, but it's really intriguing to look at this team at this particular moment in the season and really see what they're made of and what kind of team they're going to be, because they've had a few weeks to rest up and re-energize themselves, and now it's the nitty gritty. Now it's the games that matter. These are the type of games that you have to start winning if you're thinking about making a playoff run.
And exactly to your point, this team, man, this team has had its moments in this season, right? It's had its moments of you've seen it flash a little bit in that Giants game, but then you've seen it become bad in that Tennessee game, or let the who was it? The Panthers come back in the fourth quarter. Like, you've seen this team has its have its ups and downs, and I feel like coming off the bye week, it's Dallas week. We're wearing black uniforms. The city is pumped up right now, and not to mention the 76ers just traded for Jimmy Butler. So
yeah, we got good old Jimmy.
The city is lit right now. It's a lot of positive energy flowing in the city, and then you have a bad Dallas team coming off a bad loss Monday night against the Tennessee Titans. Man,
now, just to hold up, we got to hold off for a second. Yes, Dallas is a struggling team, but they're not a bad team. They're an average team.
Oh no, this is where we disagree right here. Dak. Go ahead.
If you really look at the games that they played, and if you actually watch those games, Dallas has been in them some of the time. They've lost a lot of close games this season, and so yes, it's Dallas week. Yes, we're home, but you can't this Eagles team several times has taken teams lightly.
Exactly,
and those teams have made them look bad, and they cannot take any game lightly. So for us to come in here and start saying that this Cowboys team isn't a good team, that's irrelevant. That just doesn't have any effect on them at all, because the Eagles have not played well enough in the first half of the season to put down any team. So,
yeah, and I agree with that.
In the butt.
And I agree with that. And Dallas, yes, their defense is a good defense, and you can't hold that. But Dak Prescott is not taking that team anywhere. I just don't see that.
No.
I don't see that happening.
But I said that from the start. I said that Dak Prescott clearly was not better than Carson Wentz, just because of the fact he had over 1,000 yards, was leading rusher. He had a great running game that year. The Cowboys' offensive line was playing out of their minds. These are the type of things that went in Dak Prescott's favor, yet they still couldn't find a way to get to the playoffs.
Exactly.
Go to the NFC Championship and get to the Super Bowl.
Exactly. And just to get things started and everything, we started talking about the Eagles and everything. What are you most looking forward to coming off the bye? What do you need to see from this team coming off the bye?
Well, kind of to reiterate what I said earlier, I just need to see a winning team. I need to see a playoff team now. These are the games that you can't play around with, and they all matter. They're all legitimate games that mean a lot to your outcome at the end of the season. And so I need to see this team be successful on the offensive end, moving the ball easily, finding a way to substitute that run game, either with Golden Tate running end arounds or jet sweep or something like that. So we have to find a way to establish some type of run game, and for our offense to be cohesive. And then on the defensive end, we got to cut down on the big plays, and we've got to start creating turnovers like we did last year. Last year we created a lot of turnovers and got the ball for our offense in good spots. We got to get back to that, and we got to resort back kind of to how we got to the Super Bowl last year. And I know it's not the same team, but you have to find a way to do similar things in a different way to get the same result.
Exactly. And for me, what I need to see is, like you said, I need to see this Philadelphia Eagles team come out and destroy the Cowboys. I need to see what we saw last year, them putting down opponents, inferior opponents, outscoring them 38-10 or something like I need to see this team operate at a high level, that the level that we know they can. That's what I need to see from the Philadelphia Eagles. We need to be out there scoring points. You mentioned Golden Tate. You get the premier opportunity to unleash him against the Dallas Cowboys, in which he already tore them up this season. This is a premier opportunity, a great opportunity to destroy the Cowboys. They're weak. They're going to put up a fight. I think they're going to put up a fight in the beginning. I do. But I think the Eagles need to come out and stomp on their neck. This team has underperformed to this point, and I feel like that's a valid point. And I feel like Carson Wentz not having the opportunity to play in the Super Bowl and play in the playoff games, and people saying that he wasn't the one to win the Super Bowl. I think Carson Wentz puts this team on his back and he gets the job done.
And I can't disagree with any of that. So we're seeing eye to eye there.
Exactly. As far and speaking of the offense, right? Golden Tate. How do you think? And we said that he destroyed them in a previous matchup earlier in the season, and you look how they used them. They used them in a short passing game, and that's what Dougie P likes to do. You think that's what they're going to do coming up in this game?
Well, yeah, definitely. I definitely see them using him in the short pass game because it was effective already, but also because they have a deeper threat in Alshon Jeffrey. So they're gonna use Alshon running your deeper routes, your post corners, your fly routes, those type of routes.
Right.
Kind of like if it's open, they'll throw it clearly, but it's going to force the defense to respect it, which means now they have to worry about Zach Ertz and Golden Tate in the short passing game. It's going to be too much for a secondary that's not the best in the league. It's going to be a lot. Look, that secondary of Jacksonville had a tough time last week, and they only had Zach Ertz and Alshon.
Right.
Now you add Golden Tate to this team. It's going to be way too much for this Cowboys secondary. They couldn't do it when he was in Detroit, and I don't foresee them doing it here in Philly.
Absolutely. And with that being said, and you were talking about the running game earlier, Darren Sproles, man, we gotta talk about Darren Sproles.
Yeah.
You think it was a mistake re-signing him? I think it was a mistake.
No, it wasn't a mistake because I was somebody who wanted to see him back here. I thought he could still add something to this team. But unfortunately, Father Time has caught up to Darren.
Let me ask you this. Who would you rather have right now? LeGarrette Blount or Darren Sproles?
Oh, clearly LeGarrette Blount, but
it was a mistake, man. It's a mistake. I think it was.
But the thing is, Blount wanted too much. They did want to bring Blount back, but he was asking for too much. I think he wanted like $3 million, $4 million, and
you could have paid that. You could have paid that.
They're too close to the cap. They were too close to the cap already, and they couldn't afford to bring in LeGarrette Blount for $3 million.
I'm not gonna sit here and accept that. If Howie is a wizard with the cap, if they wanted LeGarrette Blount back, they would have paid him that money. I think
that's an expensive price for a running back who's first off not going to be an every down back.
He scored a touchdown in every playoff game that they had, including the Super Bowl, which was a huge moment.
That's very true, and I'm not denying that. But when you look at longevity and injury risks,
Darren Sproles is injured. What are we talking about?
Yes, but let's also remember, if LeGarrette Blount was here, we'd probably be using him way more. And yes, we might have won a few more games in the beginning of the year, but we might have lost him last week, and because we're using him too much. He's a guy you cannot use all the time. He is not a workhorse anymore.
LeGarrette Blount.
And to pay $3 to $4 million for a running back who is not a workhorse, that's overpaying.
Did you see were you there for last year's games? I'm confused. Did you not see what he did at the end of that Chargers game, week 3 last year? He single-handedly almost dominated that game with that long run.
You're confusing production
with what?
How much a guy is really worth. Yes, he was productive, but he was productive in the right situation. We had Jay Ajayi, who was running the ball most of the time at that point, and then in goal line situations, we would bring LeGarrette Blount into the game.
So what is Darren Sproles bringing to this team right now? What is Darren Sproles bringing to this team right now?
That's exactly why he was so successful. Now let's go to this year. He would not be as successful as he was last year because of the fact we do not have a workhorse. We do not have an every down back currently. A 3-down back.
He was the workhorse. He was the workhorse.
Not him anymore, Aaron. That is not him.
Oh yeah, you're bugging. Hold on, let me look up LeGarrette Blount's stats from last year. Yeah, he's definitely a workhorse for sure.
He's not a workhorse. He is not an every down back. So you're saying LeGarrette Blount? No.
He's not all right. He's not an every down back, but he
definitely. That's what a workhorse is.
Okay.
That is what a workhorse is.
You can put the ball on his back, and he's big in crucial situations. You put him.
How do you get to those crucial situations, Aaron? It's by running the ball with a 3-down back, and if you do not have that, you cannot use LeGarrette Blount in that situation. And that's what this Eagles team does not have currently. Is a valuable running back who can run the ball in between the tackles and gain yards every time, reliably.
LeGarrette Blount averaged 4.4. LeGarrette Blount averaged 4.4 yards per carry last year, 47.9 yards per game. He only had 2 rushing touchdowns, but he also had the receiving touchdown. I think that was in Washington, the opening game. 30 first downs. Like, he did a lot for this team last year, and
I'm not denying that, but see, that's what I'm saying.
And Darren Sproles didn't do anything last year. Let's keep it 1,000. This is another year in which he's hurt. You cannot say.
Yes, but also Darren Sproles is a more of a versatile player. Darren Sproles can be put in the backfield,
but he can't be
in the slide. Darren Sproles can punt return, kick return.
Your best ability is availability, and he hasn't been available for the Eagles.
You're right, but he has the potential. He had the potential to be healthy this year and to play. If Darren Sproles was healthy this season, we wouldn't be questioning the move.
Yeah, I disagree with that, listeners. If you disagree as much as I do, please comment down below. Man, yeah, that I totally disagree with that, but yeah, man, I want to move on to who do you think who single-handedly needs to step up in the second half of the season in order for this team to make a strong playoff push?
It's hard to just choose one player, but I'm going to choose somebody who, people really wouldn't think to say, but I'm going to say Carson. I need to see more of Carson. If he is the guy who we think he is,
right, he
has to win certain games.
Right.
And, the Carolina game, I understand that wasn't all on him, but that scared me because guys who are elite, guys who, are Super Bowl winning quarterbacks win that game. And he didn't do it when he had his opportunity. So that kind of scares me. I need to see a little more from him. But it's just the offense in general.
I was about to say, it doesn't even have to be one person. What do you need to see from this team in order to for them to make a strong push into the playoffs?
Guys on the offensive line got to step up.
And that's mine. Mine is the offensive line right there. They were so crucial in the playoffs throughout the whole year, basically last year, and into the playoffs and even the Super Bowl. They haven't lived up to any of their potential. Maybe Jason Kelsey, but that's about it. Like they've been playing bad.
They've been inconsistent this year. There's been times where they've looked really good, and there's been times where they've looked really bad. So I feel like the offensive line has played like the rest of the offense, inconsistently. There's been great times, and there's been bad times.
Right.
So it's not really. It's not like, oh man, like they just played horrendously all year type of thing. I wouldn't go that far, but they have had.
No, they've been bad all year. They've been bad all year.
I wouldn't say that. There's been ample times where I've seen this offensive line.
Jason Peters has been horrible.
He's had some struggles, but Jason's also been hurt.
Yes, so. He what is he? 35, 30, 36?
But are you gonna bench a 11-time Pro Bowler?
Yes.
You're insane.
Yes. Put Big V. It's been that bad. It's been bad. I forget what game it was. What game was that? Was that Olivier Vernon? I think that was Olivier Vernon who put.
There's no way in hell that you would ever bench a Pro Bowler like Jason Peters. You're insane. You're an idiot. You're insane.
Yeah.
Because there's no way you would do that. No way. No way.
Look. He's been serviceable. He's been serviceable, but you cannot tell me that Jason Peters has been as good as he used to be, protection wise. He just hasn't.
I'm not saying he's having.
He's not having a good year. He's not. The O-line's not having a good year. They're not. Lane Johnson's not playing to his potential. He's not.
So far, we'd have to say that the offense hasn't had a good year.
Yes, they have been horrible, and that's but that's what I'm saying. The offensive line for me, if this team is going to do anything, they have to step up the most. They have to have a clean pocket for Carson for him to step up. They can't allow all these strip fumbles. And Carson, yes, you have to hold on to that ball. You have to. I don't know what he might have to do some exercises where he's holding the ball or something, but I need to see this offensive line be able to block and protect, and they just haven't done that in the first half of this season. So if this team is going to do anything in the postseason, right, or making their way into the postseason and winning this division, the offensive line needs to step up.
Yeah, I agree with some of what you're saying, not everything.
Hey, man. So, on the defensive side, man, looking into this game right now, there's no Jalen Mills, there's no Sidney Jones. There's a possibility that you have, I think, Corey Graham is back.
Yeah, Corey Graham is back.
What are you expecting to see from this defense?
I'm excited. I'm excited to see Rasul out on the outside. This kid is very talented.
All the soul truthers, you get to see. You get to see what he's made of.
I like Rasul. This is Rasul's chance to really solidify himself as a starting corner in this league, and I think he'll be able to do it. I have full faith in him. It's definitely going to help to get Corey Graham back. Yeah, so it's definitely going to help to get Corey Graham back. To have a savvy veteran back there who knows what he's doing and can help these younger guys. But hopefully, he doesn't have another one of those bonehead mistakes like he did in Tennessee the last time.
That's for sure. He definitely has to play better.
I'm excited to see this defense play. Some of those defensive linemen get their legs back underneath of them, and then really see them tee off on Dak Prescott. It's going to be great in all black.
Absolutely, man. You get to see Fletcher Cox feast on that offensive line. He seems to have a pretty good game every time they face the Cowboys. So I like him up there. And I want to see like you said, I want to see Rasul, man. This is his moment right now. For some reason it seems like Jim Schwartz don't really talk about Rasul, or none of the Eagles the Eagles staff seem to talk about him at all, unless he's the reporters bring him up or something. But he seems like the lost man, and this is, like you said, this is his perfect opportunity. We gonna see what he's made of. He's gonna.
I don't really think he's the lost man. I think that.
Oh no, he's definitely.
No. I think that this Eagles team knows how good Rasul is, and they're playing the waiting game. That's why they haven't moved him. That's why they haven't released him or any of that. They don't want to really put him out there because they don't want people to start wanting to trade for him. So I think that they know how good he is. They're trying to see what Jalen Mills is going to do and if he's ever going to step up. And if Jalen Mills does not step up, they will move Jalen Mills. They would definitely move Jalen.
Yeah, but it's not going to be. It's not going to be for sure. I think if anything, if Jalen is not playing CB1, it's going to be Sidney Jones. I think that's what you drafted him for. I think that's what's eventually going to happen. And maybe looking towards the end of the season, maybe, Ron Darby's on his last, this is his last year here. His contract's up after this year. So what are they going to do with him? You re-sign him, or do you put Mills over there on CB2? Or it's going to be interesting to see what they do. But, I just, like I said, I think Rasul he's been the odd man out, and this is his time. He has to show what he's made of. I think he might be going against. I think he's probably going to be over there with Amari Cooper, with on CB1. So, I think Ron Darby's going to be going against Allen Hurns. So we just gonna see, man. We gonna see.
Yeah, a lot of these guys have to show up because it's contract years, or contract years are coming up. And so, you have to make the most of every opportunity that you get. And I'm just excited for Rasul because I think he's going to knock this one out the park. He's going to have a very good game against this Cowboys team.
Hey, man, like you said, it's his time. We're going to see. So, man, you ready to take a trip?
Yeah, we might as well.
Let's take a trip around the division, my guy. The Redskins right now set to face the Tampa Bay Buccaneers with Fitz Magic, man. 5-3 versus 3-5. Who you see winning that matchup?
That's a tough one, but I'll probably go with the Buccaneers. I kind of like Fitz Magic. It might let a fire underneath. The Buccaneers team. They seem to like to play more with Fitzmagic. So
right. Especially DJ.
I'm going to take the Bucs.
The Bucs?
Yeah.
Okay. I got the Bucs winning too. I got them winning. I got them winning a close game though. I think it's a low scoring close game. I got them winning 17-14.
Yeah. I can agree with that.
Yeah. Let's go to the who wants to. You gonna be watching Monday night. I think this is a game that nobody's gonna watch. This might be the worst game of let's talk about that, because there's a lot of bad games this week, man, and this being one of them. You got the Giants taking on the 49ers. It's a couple other games that are bad out there, but you got 1-7 taking on 2-7. How do you see this playing out?
Might be a little dogfight. Both teams are bad teams, but they still have some pieces, and it could be a fun game to watch. Actually, I might watch this on Monday night.
Yeah, this is where I might. This is the part where it's hard, man. Like I want to watch. I like football, but these are just two bad teams, man.
No, I would watch this. You still have Odell Beckham Jr. You still got a few talented guys on the San Francisco 49ers, so
right.
It could be. It could be a fun.
For fantasy purposes, I'll probably watch.
Pierre Garcon over there. So they got, there's some offensive weapons. It might be an all right game to watch. And Landon Collins is still over there. I like to watch him. He's a solid player.
Absolutely.
For New York, for the Giants. So.
Absolutely. So how you see this playing out?
Oh, yeah. No, wait. Is this in New York or is this in...
No, this is it. The Giants going over to San Fran.
In San Francisco, in California. Okay. Yeah, I got the 49ers. This Giants team, man, they're struggling. And it's clearly because of Eli Manning. And he's not the guy. Like, it was crazy because I was watching a commercial for, this Giants San Francisco matchup, and not once did they show a cut of Eli Manning throwing the football.
No Eli Manning face?
No, it was only Odell Beckham Jr. and Landon Collins.
Oh man, well, yeah.
And that threw me for a loop because I was like, wow.
Yeah.
We have come to the point where Eli Manning is not considered a legitimate quarterback in the NFL, and it was just it was just crazy to see. But I digress. I do have San Francisco winning on Monday night.
Yeah, and I'm going to take them. Like you said, this Giants team, they're done. It's a bad team. It just is. You got already rid of some of your pieces, and Damian Snack Harrison and Eli. They got rid of the wrong Eli.
Right.
Eli Apple sending him to the Saints. And I just see this team's, it's not good, man. So I got the 49ers winning 20-10.
Okay.
Yeah. I think the 49ers get that done. So let's take another trip around the league and let's see who we got on the matchup. It's a nice couple games here. You got the Patriots and the Titans. Who you think's gonna win that one? And the Patriots are traveling to Tennessee.
Tennessee could pull one out here because they've seemingly had New England's card a few times in the past few years. So this is not going to be an easy game for Tom Brady, but I do feel like they break the curse and slip a win again. The Patriots get that win in Tennessee.
Yeah, I think that Tom Brady's been on fire lately. That Patriots team seems to be on a roll. Josh Gordon's getting more involved. I think the Patriots get that W. Let's move on to the Saints. The Red Hot Saints taking on the Bengals. The Saints travel to Cincinnati. Who you think's gonna win there? Cincinnati 5-3. A little surprising.
Yeah, I got Cincinnati in this situation. You got the dome team of the Saints going into cold Cincinnati. It's going to be a hostile environment. Cincinnati's playing well so far this year. They have a lot of things going for them and a lot of confidence. I feel like they can still win against this pretty good Saints offense. Saints team, I should say.
Yeah, I just don't see that, man. The Saints are red hot right now. Alvin Kamara and Michael Thomas and Drew Brees, that team's just clicking right now. That team's
but Drew Brees
firing on all cylinders.
Drew Brees plays differently outside that dome, especially in cold weather climates. He does not always play at his highest ability. And maybe it's because of his shorter height and his smaller hands. I don't know. But when he's in a colder environment, he does not normally play at the same level as he does when he's in a controlled environment.
Yeah, but I think that, and I could see them maybe slipping up because they're coming off a huge win against the previously undefeated team and the Rams. High scoring game. That was a high energy game. So they may be feeling themselves right now. So I can maybe see a slip up, but I honestly just don't see that happening. I see the Saints winning, like I said. And then let's move to the West, man. You got a huge NFC West team, and the Saints. You got them, or not the Saints, the Seahawks going to the Los Angeles to take on the Rams. Where you see that headed?
The Rams are really good offensively. And I don't believe that the Seahawks have enough on the defensive end to stop as many the plethora of weapons that they have on the offensive end. On the offensive side of the ball. Sorry.
Right.
So because of that, I feel like they're going to outscore them. So essentially, they will win. Yes, the Saints defense is
Seahawks.
no, the Saints defense is struggling.
Yeah.
I don't feel like the Seahawks have enough on the offensive side of the ball
Right.
to truly dominate this defense. This defense is not that bad. It's just when this defense plays against offensive that are high powered, you're not doing too much on them.
Right. And I agree with that. I see the Rams getting this. The Seahawks they just been average this year. You don't really hear them talked about a lot like they usually were in the past, with the Legion of Boom. Russell Wilson, he's doing his thing, but they just don't have enough to beat that Rams team. They just don't. I like the Rams in there. They're at home. They're coming off a tough loss. I see the Rams getting a W here.
Yeah, I totally agree.
All right, man. The Eagles, man. What do you see happening in this game Sunday night?
Well, I definitely see this team winning. Just up to, we're just a better team than they are, if we're going to be completely honest. And it's time for this Eagles team to show it. And I feel like this is the time that they will. They're going to come out. They're going to assert their will. And, Doug's normally good right off the bye, too. So I just can't wait till tomorrow night. It's going to be a great game. Unfortunately, we'll have to listen to Al Michaels and Chris Collins. But, that's all. That's what happens when you play on prime time on Sunday night.
Yeah, the Black Unis, man. I'm excited, man. The Black Unis. It's Sunday night football. This team's coming off a bye. You got a new weapon that you're about to unveil in Golden Tate.
It's a phenomenal time to be an Eagles fan right now.
Exactly, man. Exactly. So what's your score prediction?
Wow, that's going to be a tough one. I see this score being 31-14.
And I got something similar to that, man. I got 35-14. I just see this team clicking on all cylinders like they were.
Second half, yeah. In the second half, I see them pulling away.
It's
going to be a close game in the first half.
Yeah, exactly. And what was it? It was like 9-3 or something last game or last time when the Eagles played in Dallas, and then they scored 30 on unanswered points or something crazy like that. So I just see this team clicking on all cylinders. I see Carson Wentz throwing for 3 tutties, one to Golden Tate to his new weapon, one to Zach Ertz. Yeah, one to Zach Ertz, and I think Alshon gets his touch in there too. So, and I need this defense to step up. I need them to force a fumble. I need a pick six, man. I'm smelling the pick six. Razul, show what you're about, man. Let's get this pick six and let's go, man. It's Fly Eagles Fly. It's Fly Talk, man. I'm so excited for this game. Billz, it's been a great episode, man.
Definitely, man. Definitely.
Make sure you guys rate, comment, subscribe to the show. Also, share us too if you can. We're just getting started, so we like to generate some buzz and make some noise in the podcast world. Fly Talk, you know what it is, guys. It's been another edition of Fly Talk, the second edition of Fly Talk. And you know what? Dallas sucks, man. Fly Eagles Fly. Let's go. Let's get this W.